Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our Dharma talk for this fourth year. We continue with Master Shinho's Dharma talks he conducted a long time ago. Also, my personal chance to learn from about what he taught during the 4 Gs. All right, so we are been investigating how he taught the Dharma door in Pureland of Yen Li. Yen is to be sick of, to be fed up with. Li is to leave, to distance yourself. But Li here, as I said last night, Li here is really to go away. Don't even think of sticking around, okay? And so that's what this slide 197 is talking about. If you really understand that this life is a lot of suffering, a lot of afflictions, is really not worth it. The truth of the matter is that all of us are slaves to our desires. Is no ways to get around it. And for most of us, and therefore the best way is to go to the Pure Land after this life. And in order to get there, the first thing you do is to make a vow to be reborn. Make a vow here. When you go there, you will no longer have afflictions. The Pure Land is a land that's free of afflictions. It's the exact opposite of where we are. Where we are is full of afflictions, and we have one afflictions after another all day long. And when you're born into the Western Bliss Pure Land, there's zero afflictions at all. There's no more suffering whatsoever. So it is the exact state of mind when you go there, and your life will be very blissful and very peaceful. All right, and so. In order to be born there, there are 3 requirements. The first one being that you need to vow to be born there, meaning that in the Pure Land Dharma door, there is a constraint. We cannot force you to go to the Pure Land, in theory. Okay, but it's in Buddhism. If there is yes, there's also no Dharma doors as well. Okay, so because the Dharma doors in Buddhism are can be devised from both sides, for both sides of the equation. So in general, the general principle is that you need to make a vow. You need to really want to go there. Okay, and but that's the bottom line. You need to really have this desire to go there, and that's what vow represents. Vow represents that it's your own decision. Okay, ultimately, you need to decide to go there. So let me explain to you. There's some cases where people are not willing to go there. For example, people who don't believe, and they said, I'm very happy here, I'm rich, I'm powerful, I'm in love with my wife takes care of me, my husband takes care of me, I love my children, my grandchildren, I can't part with them, okay? And so that's why no matter what you tell them, they're not willing to go, okay? So making a vow here is not necessarily for you to go right away, even this lifetime. But making a vow means that, yes, it's something I'm willing to consider, okay? And when the time comes, if I have nothing else better to do, I would like to go. And you ought to also know that just because you make a vow to go doesn't mean that once you get there, you're obligated to stay. Not at all. Whereas if you were born in the heavens, you're born into the other realms, you're going to be stuck there for a while. Okay? It's not that hard it's not that easy to get out. Whereas you go to the Pureland, practically you can go there like you would want to go on vacation, try out the hotels there, try out the masseurs there, and the food there, the buffets there, and the drinks there. And then you say, I have enough. Let me go try something else. And the Buddha, Amitabha Buddha allows you to go. Okay, make offerings to other Buddhas, and that's how you can take a peek at what is life. Life is like in the other Buddha lands. So you're free to go. You're not obligated to stay in the Pure Land at all. Okay? Every day you have a chance to go anywhere you like. Okay? And so that's why it's real advantage there is that, yes, this is the beauty, the strength of the Pure Land Dharma door. Even if you don't really want to go this lifetime, but you say, since I've been taught about this concept of the wheel reincarnation, I've been stuck in this wheel reincarnation for a long time. It's very difficult for me to get out. Okay, and supposedly Buddhism is the most effective way to get out, the most effective means for me to get out of this wheel, if it's true at all. Okay, and you say, if that's the case, if that makes sense to me, then I would consider going to the Pure Land. And so you make a vow. Okay, yes, I would like to vow to be reborn to the Pure Land. But it doesn't mean that you have to go immediately. It simply says, yeah, I'm interested, as an option. That's all it means. Okay? And so this is what's so wonderful about this Pure Land Dharma door here. You can decide to go sometimes in the future. Could be this lifetime, you could change your mind again, but you basically have to decide to go yourself. Okay? And that's how it works. There's also other cases where people are not willing to go after they're dead. Okay? And you request help for them. And we have means to convince them to go, meaning that we have means to persuade them to make a vow to go. Okay? And that's how it works. Yes, K YouTube.
네, 정인화님의 지인이신 허종임님의 질문입니다. 교원 임용시험을 준비하는 딸이 있는데 27세입니다. 불안장애가 있어서 공부하기 매우 힘들어한다고 합니다. 엄마한테 모든 것을 쏟아붓고 이런저런 얘기를 계속 쉬지 않고 한다고 합니다. 자기 말을 제대로 듣지 않는다고 화를 내고 나중에는 잘못했다고 또 사과를 한다고 합니다. 이런 생활이 계속 반복되다 보니 이 어머님께서도 너무 힘들고 지치셨다고 합니다. 남편 되시는 분과도 이런 정신적인 부분 때문에 이혼을 하셨다고 합니다. 딸이 아빠랑 성격이 꼭 닮았다고 합니다. 날씬한 편인데도 살찔까봐 잘 먹지도 않는다고 합니다. 병원에서 처방받은 신경안정제는 좋지 않다는 것을 알고 먹지 않으려고 애쓴다고 합니다. 의사 말씀으로는 사회생활 하는데 어려움이 있을 거라고 합니다. 어떤 업의 결과라고 생각하는데 어떻게 하면 이분 딸이 조금이라도 나아질 수 있을까요? 감사합니다.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Hi, Master. This is a question about this lady called Ha Jong-im. And her friend is actually requesting this question. Her name is Ipso. So my acquaintance's name is Ha Jong-im. She has a 27-year-old daughter who is currently preparing for the teacher certification exam. However, her daughter struggles greatly due to emotional instability. She reportedly pours everything out on her mother, talking nonstop about many different things. She becomes angry if she feels her mother isn't really listening, but then later apologizes, saying she was wrong. This cycle keeps repeating, and the mother has become deeply exhausted and worn out. And the mother said she divorced her husband because he exhibits similar emotional issues and problems. And it seems like her daughter has a very similar personality as her father. Even though the daughter is slim, she worries excessively about gaining weight and avoiding eating properly. She tries not to take the anti-anxiety medication that was prescribed by the hospital doctor because she knows it's not good for her. The doctor mentioned that she might face serious challenges living in society due to her condition. The mother believes this is the karmic result of past actions. She wants to know what can be done for her daughter may improve even just a little bit. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you have to live with the ex-husband and a daughter like that. How about sending her back to live with the husband? Because they will get along just fine, we think, we hope. Okay. But if you find yourself having to live with her, what she seems to be the case, and again, I'm not qualified to make the medical diagnosis, but we've been doing this for quite a while now, and helping a lot of people. She exhibits symptoms of having depression, and so she's basically bipolar. So she needs a lot of help. She's young now, and you also already mentioned that she's taking meds. That's too young to be taking meds. Meds are basically, unless you're desperate in terms of suicidal or crazy, you should not be taking meds. The therapist, I feel, should be teaching them about meditations and stuff like that to help calm their minds, and because meds is not the solution, okay, in my experience. And so she needs help right now, and the sooner the better, and maybe you should talk to the local people, okay, and they can get more information from her and see what she should be doing. All right? Okay, thank you for asking. Was there a question, another point, like earlier? No? Yes, in the back.
Master, you mentioned that you have some means to convince the deceased who doesn't want to go to the Pure Land that they willing to go to the Pure Land. We would just want to ask if you can tell us many examples that you in your work to do that to convince the deceased to go to the Pure Land.
No, it's professional work we do behind the scenes. Just want to let you know that there's a lot of different scenarios, different cases. And over the past 20 years, we've been having to deal with those issues. And therefore, it's not something that I'm willing to discuss in public. It actually is not something that most of you are able to do. So it's irrelevant to you. I just want to let you know that the concept here is when you're alive, you can be very hard-headed. because you have your money, you have your comfort level, you have your booze, you have your drugs, you have your cigarettes, and you have your parents, you have, and you can count on those. You can count on your body, you can count on your friends, your neighbors, your family, and so forth. But after you die, you basically are on your own. You have no one to count on but yourself. And this is when it's a lot easier to convince you to give it a shot after you're dead than when you're alive. So that's why don't ignore that fact. The fact is that for many people, the non-believers, they're so full of themselves, they're very egotistical, they don't believe it, okay? And that's why we understand that's the case, and that's why we leave them alone. But after they die, there's very good opportunities to help them change their mind, to convince them to change their minds, because they have everything to gain and nothing to lose, practically. Okay? So it's a different kinds of issues, different kinds of skill set. It's way beyond public discussion. All right. And so Master Xinhua said, you start first by making a vows. You see, and this is the traditional Asian Pureland Buddhism, where they teach you to make a vow, okay? And it's not as simple as you think, okay? But for you, even if you don't believe, I just explained to you the way the Asian never explained to me, to us, when we study the Pureland Dharma door, is that, it doesn't hurt. It's non-binding, by the way. You're only planting the seeds for, I can consider it. Just like, I'd like to try Cancun. That's how we look at it. We're very casual about this. Because once you go and you take a chance, or you only give yourself that hook there, it will do you a ton of goods when you need it. That's what this is about. This is what the Asians fail to teach you. Because most of them don't understand the intricacies of how to, difficulties that you'll be facing after you're dead in order to make it to the Pureland. So that's why our American Pureland technology is a lot more advanced, is a lot more detailed than the Asian technology. The Asian only teach you this. Okay? They say, make a vow. And it's not very helpful to those who really don't believe at all, is it? They say, I don't need the Pureland. I am perfectly happy here. I'm going to come back here and save all of you. Okay, like many monks would like to think. Many spiritual leaders like to tell their followers, I come back and save you. I keep on coming back and save you until I can save you. Don't worry. I swear to you that I will come back and save you. That's okay too. We don't worry about all the things you have to do when you're alive. It's after you're dead. That's when you will realize the truth, your truth, after you're dead. Right now, it's easy for you to do whatever you wish, pursue your desires. Because after you're dead, that's when you realize how difficult it is for you. Okay, how much more suffering you will be experiencing. Right now, there's no point talking to you. Okay? Right now, we're perfectly happy helping you recite the Buddha's name, talking dharmas to you, if it helps you improve your quality of life. Okay? And this is the strength of Pureland Dharma door that we do not have in a Chan Dharma door. We strongly advise you to make a vow to be reborn to the West. By the way, the Asians don't teach you this. They don't explain to you this kind of detail, at these detail levels, because they don't know the difficulties that you'll be facing after you're dead. Okay? And if they talk about it, people can ask, so it's going to be that bad for me. What are you going to do for me? And I say, I don't know. I can't do much. This is when it matters, folks. Right now, you can talk all you want. You can talk about, Master, can you help me look and see I'm going to have that man there? Is he going to be my husband or not? Or is my relationship going to last more than 2 or 3 years? Should I invest in this woman here? It's very short-term duration. All your benefits are very, very, very short-term. Okay, you go to the Pure Land. This is why the teaching make a vow, because this is a hook for you to plan for very, very long-term future that you cannot otherwise on your own. It's very, very powerful. And unfortunately, the Chinese fail to explain it to us. The Asians fail to explain it to us. This is why we have to do it the Western style. Asians, yeah, okay, Master, I believe you. Okay, but then after they die, they go to the temple and ask for help, and they don't go there, and they say, oops, what's going to happen to me now? It's too late. Okay? All right. So you should make a vow. Okay? It doesn't hurt. I insist, I stress for you again. It's non-binding. It doesn't hurt for you to make a vow. Okay? But just in case, the Buddha is that humble. He says, I'm going to hold you to it. Okay? Even you do it half-heartedly, say, yeah, I might be interested in going there and take a look. That's good enough for now. It's going to help you tremendously later. And of course, if you make a vow in earnest with sincerity, then it makes it even much easier for us to help you. But I remind you, okay? Remember, no desperation, please. We don't like it when you're desperate. We don't like desperate people to join our ranks. Okay? How would it look to the world which says, see, this temple, they are so desperate for people to go to the Pure Land. And when Amitabha Buddha asked them, where do you come from? And he says, I stopped by the Way Mountain train station before I got here. And Buddha, you're those. Go to the boonies. There's lots of room there, Okay? Yes, there is room for them. But you'll be lacking in a lot of nice amenities, if you will. Okay? No desperation, please. Leave it to the Asians. Okay? We're American. Pure Land, Dharma door. Okay, dokie? Please remember that. This is very important to me personally. I don't want you to go there and Amitabha Buddha says, oh, you're from Wing Mountain Temple, Master XZ's temple, those desperate people. And you can even be Republican for that matter. It's okay. No objection to Republicans. But don't be desperate, please. Okay? It's not cool. We're cool dudes and dudettes. Okay, no more affliction. In contrast, the sour world and the evil world of five turbidities. Okay, it's lots of ickier things here. Whereas the land of ultimate bliss is without all sufferings, has only experienced all kinds of bliss. It's true. Okay, that's why it's definitely worth it for you just to go and take a look if you can. Okay? Consider it a vacation if you can afford it. And then every single person should diligently and earnestly recite the Buddha's name, seeking rebirth in the land of ultimate bliss. All right? So I think this is the end of his logic about yin, li. Okay? You see that? Again, what you just heard is the traditional Asian spiel about why you want to go to Pureland. I elaborate a lot more for you to see why it's a lot more advanced American Pureland Dharma door than even the Asians realize. Because many Asians, Pureland practitioners say, but I've been practicing for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I've been reciting Buddha's name for all this time. I'm sure to attain rebirth to the Pureland. And you ask them, how do you practice? I recite in desperation. Disgusting. Okay? Do not. Oh, that's the next session, isn't it? No, not yet? That's the next one after this. Promise? Not yet? Okay.
We start on 209.
Ooh, I keep going then. Do not be emotionally attached to this world any longer. This world full of suffering. Okay. Here, another obstruction to you going to the Pure Land is your emotions. Okay? For too many people, they're bound by their emotions. They have emotional attachments to the people close to them. Okay? And this is one of the major reasons why people want to keep on revolving the wheel of reincarnation. You see? They fall in love, for example, you hear this often, and then they both make a vow to each other, except for my few mistakes. But I swear to you, I vow to you that I'll be married to you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Anyone? Oh, I mean, huh? Isn't that how you prove your love? Huh? To your betrothed? Huh? You say, I love you so much. I don't think it's anything more romantic than me coming back and marry you time and time again. And you know what these people don't realize is that's one of the biggest hooks for them to continue to revolve in the wheel, because after they die, okay, and chances are that very little chance, very small chance that they will be able to come back to this world, okay? And they come back to this world hoping to find their spouses, their partners again. That's why they keep on coming back. Or if they don't come back right away, they fall, and then they rise through, all these different lives, and that driven by this desire to come back and find the loved ones again. It's a very scary thing, folks. This is what drives this wheel reincarnation, these emotional attachments we all have. You don't believe me? Be careful. That little vow, you said that, especially you men, you tell your wife, honey, I'm in love with you. I want to be husband and wife with you forever. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Because I find no one else can make me happier. Nothing makes me happier than be with you. Okay? And that's the emotional attachment that he's talking about. Not just wives, but think about you being attached to your boy or old woman. Huh? He says, you've been such a good son to me. I hate to leave you because you're still not married yet. I want to come back and help you find a wife. Yeah? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Master. Just in case that we make that vow, can we undo it?
No, never. Don't you stand by? Don't your words mean anything? Come on, woman. Terrible question. These people have no principles at all. Yes, Nai.
I kind of agree with my Dharma sister. I remember when I first met my husband, I thought,
you too, huh? Me too.
I will be with you for eternity. And then I came to the temple. And it broke me of that idea.
Yeah, but it's too late.
What?
Too late. Yes. Yes, 8. You have a lot to say, I'm sure, 8.
You pretty much described my husband, and I keep telling him, dude, you gotta let go of me, man. This is not good. And how do I talk him off this cliff?
Honey, you should know the truth. We don't mean it. Most of us don't mean it, especially the adamant one who keeps on, I swear to God, I swear on the soul of my mom's tomb or whatever, that I will come back and find you. I don't believe him. He doesn't mean it. Especially if he's an artist.
He's also Greek and Italian.
The Italians are the worst. I don't know about the Greeks. The Italians, I love Italians. That's all I can say. No, the artists, the people who are into the creative people. Girls, beware of them. How many wives did Picasso have? Think about it. The better they are at it, the more unreliable they are. Of course, there are always exceptions. Rare exceptions, I might add. Okay, anyone else? This is, I don't know about you, but I find it to be such a common thing that we make, we whisper, sweet nothings to, and then we never mean it. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. I'm going to wade into dangerous waters here, so Dharma brothers, please pray for me. In the spirit of what Vicky said, I think there's love that or I'll speak for myself. There's love that I knew before I encountered Buddhism, and then there's love that I knew as I encountered Buddhism. And then I feel like Buddhists on their path to cultivate are also trying to transform. And so, to me, it only makes sense. And love seems like such a sticky term, but I'll just use it to be consistent. For me, here I go, dangerous waters. For me, transforming love as I cultivate into wanting to support my wife to get to the Pure Land is like the best thing I can think of. If she still wants to hang out with me once she gets there, like that's cool. That's cool. I feel like, boundaries are good, right? Like no attachments and whatnot, but like maybe you're at the buffet in the hotel. If you're watching the birds too, like we could sit at the table or whatever, only if you want to. I feel like there's got to be some middle way, Master, that if I get to the end and I'm lucky enough to see a lotus flower open up on my calmish deathbed, and I'm not terribly emotionally afflicted, hopefully, that it'd still be cool to have friends showing up at the Pure Land, if not somebody to keep cultivating with like I am here.
Anyone else? Why are you guys in trouble? I mean, he even brought it up in the slide here. That's how pervasive it is for our world. Comments? Yes, sir.
I just want to follow up. I just want to have a question. So, when people get to Pure Land, do we even recognize each other anymore, or they just basically starting all fresh and no memory at all?
Depends. Depends. It's not. Yeah, each case is different. Too many variations. Anyone else? Yes, 9.
Brady has a question. Is there pain with love and pain without?
I'm afraid I'm not qualified to answer the question because to me, love has no pain. Anyone else who feels more qualified than me to address this issue? This man here seems to be obsessed with this L word. Yes, we have an expert here.
Oh, buongiorno, Master. Yeah, I think Yeah, there's no love without pain, because love is essentially a strong attachment to somebody else, in which like you're willing to sacrifice yourself, but only so that you would feel better. So I don't think that there's second question. This little add-on is, isn't it true that there's only one sex in the Pure Land?
Yeah, it probably is. But let's talk about love first. This is what I find funny about people in the Saha world. And they keep on asking about these types of questions, love and pain, and love and pleasure. The nature of love is both pain and pleasure. When are you guys going to wake up to that? It's always both sides. Okay? If there is pain, then there's pleasure. There's pleasure, there's pain. They exist at the same time. We just are not aware yet. That's all. Okay? But it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong to me just to appease you. Nothing wrong with saying those stupid things that you don't mean. You sound so happy. You look so happy. Some of them look so happy, relieved. It's what we do. I mean, if the Pureland Amador is such that, no, you can't do that. Now, how could you, now I can't help you anymore. The Pureland Amador must be able to even overcome your most stupid moments, your weakest moments. Agree? So don't worry. If you say those stupid things and you regret later, it's still okay. We can overcome all those issues. Okay? Just follow the teachings here. Okay? Make the vow. Okay? That's one of the very important requirements. Okay? Just in case. All right? And don't be so worried about it. The Pureland Amadors have so many things to help you overcome all sorts of obstructions if you simply give yourself a chance. Make a vow. And there's hope for you. Okay? That's all there is to it. Okay, it's emotional attached to the world. Okay, because this Chinese character, I just looked it up because I never looked it up until tonight. It's Liu Lian. Liu is to stay for love. It's so beautiful. The Chinese teaching is so accurate. We form love is one of the strongest attachments we have in the Saha world. This is what keeps on bringing us back to find the ones we love. Oh, stay here, okay? To keep on finding that person, and you keep on coming back, and that's why you find the people you love. Your wife, okay, and then your ex-wife from a prior lifetime, and then your brother from another lifetime, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So we form these bonds, the emotional bonds that keep on, which make us so much easier for us to keep on revolving this wheel. And then we stay in this wheel reincarnation because of these emotional attachments. Okay? Not just between husbands and wife, but also between brothers, between, including hate for your wife, your ex-wife, that you want to come back and make her pay. All those emotional attachments. Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. There is a question here from someone named the letter K. Hello. Can pets go to Pure Land on their own, or does their master, their owner, have to buy a plaque? Thank you, Master.
The pets can certainly have a chance to go to the Pure Land by themselves. Okay? How is it possible? In the records of rebirth of the Pure Land, published in Chinese, that's the book that records the cases of rebirth of the Pure Land that the Chinese collected. And in that book of the records of rebirth of the Pure Land, Western Bliss Pure Land, there are a lot of examples, stories of a chicken being born to the Pure Land, a tiger being born in Pure Land, a snake being born in Pure Land, all sorts of animals and beasts and insects being born to the Pure Land. Okay, so it's very possible for them to be born to the Pure Land. Okay. The rebirth requires you to have these 3 requirements. So for example, if in a prior life, like this life here, you say, okay, it sounds good. Let me make a vow to be reborn to a Pure Land. Okay, and just in case. And after that, after this life here, after you make the vow, you die and you fall to lower realms. Okay, you fall to hells for scamming and cheating people with your autopilot, and your cryptos and so forth. And eventually, you go to the hells. Eventually, you rise up, and eventually you go into the animal realm. You become a chicken. You become a pig. And by your time of death, your rebirth blessings may have matured and on their own, and therefore you be reborn to the Pure Land. And this is the beauty of the Pure Land Dharma door. You plant these seeds for rebirth, and eventually down the road, you will be reborn. Okay, so this is why, for example, today, this week here, we're going to recite the Buddha's name, and that's planting the seeds for rebirth for us. Okay, and these seeds will be there until they mature. When they mature, you'll be reborn. Okay? So in general, the plaques are the conditions that help you get there, maybe sooner. Okay? But you don't have it. You still will eventually be able to get there, although it might take a little bit longer. That's all. Okay, anyone else? Nine, yes.
Thank you, Master. Diego Afonso has a question, or actually a comment. Amitabha, Master, I heard once that Master Shenhua said that animals that can mimic human sounds, and they mimic the sounds of reciting the Buddha's name.
And?
That's all it says.
So the animal can mimic sounds. So can we. Me too. Okay? Just because you can mimic sound doesn't mean you'll be reborn. Okay, next. Is the world truly full? It's so interesting. This Liu Lian here has so many meanings to me. I read it and say, I stay here. Liu, to stay. Okay, I stay put so that I can love. Okay, or you can learn around. You love, therefore you stay put. Interesting. Chinese, so much wisdom there. So it is said, we disciples and the assembly presently are ordinary people, subject to birth and death, with offenses and obstructions that are deep and heavy, revolving the wheel of the sixth path. The suffering cannot be spoken with words. This is the text he's quoting from your great transference that you'll be reciting tonight. Do you remember this part? I forgot it. 中等现世生死反复. See, this is what he's talking about. Sound familiar? So, by the way, these texts are beautiful. These texts are from, they're true Buddhist teachings, profound Buddhist teachings. Okay? So, reciting very, very sacred texts, that's why they're helping you create a lot of blessings. Okay? Everything you do here are generating incredible blessings for you. And do not simply think it's only rebirth blessings. Because sometimes, in order for you to eventually be able to be reborn to the Western Bliss Pureland, you must have worldly blessings too. If you want to go to the Pureland, okay, but right now you're poor and you're destitute, how can you possibly even form the idea of going to the Pureland at the time of death? Okay, that's why preferably, if you want to go to Pureland and you have all these rebirth blessings, part of the rebirth blessings to make sure that you are okay the present life, so that you don't get confused. Because by the time you die, you're confused. It's much harder for you to get reborn to the Western Bliss Pureland. Okay, and so. It says here, the Chinese text means that we are commoners who have been revolving the wheel of birth and death, okay? Every time we come here, have this body here, we create offenses and have a lot of obstructions. They are very deep and heavy, okay? Offenses because that's what we do. The nature of desires is that we cannot control ourselves to pursue our desires. Therefore, we tend to create offenses to fulfill our desires. Okay? And then furthermore, there's also jealousy. When we see others getting what they want, we become jealous, we obstruct them, we try to obstruct them. Okay? And that's why we eventually, in the future, we receive a lot of obstructions ourselves. That's the fruition for obstructing others. And we've been doing it for a long time, and we excel at at creating offenses and obstructing others. That's why the retributions are very deep and very heavy. And this is what makes us revolve in the wheel of the sixth path. This is a very scary thought, folks. If you keep on revolving in the sixth path, what are the six paths? Six paths are the three lower paths, the three evil paths of the hells, of the hungry ghosts, and of the animals. They're evil paths because they're there. You fall there because you create very evil karmas. The evil side, the evil thoughts in your mind, you think no one knows, but those are those thoughts, evil thoughts you harbor in your mind, will be eventually driving you to create very heavy and severe karmas, okay, killing karmas and so forth, and that's why you will be revolving 6 wheels or 6 paths. So in particular, those 3 evil paths, they are very extremely dangerous because there are a lot of suffering, incredible suffering. It's very difficult for you to get out. Okay, again, the hells, the ghost realm, and the animal realm. How do you fall to the hells? This is based on the scriptures in Buddhism. You fall to the hells because of
Dạ hay nổi sân là đi ngục.
Yeah, a lot of things. I learned from Master Hsuan that he repeats what the scriptures are saying, but he basically says that you fall to the hells because of anger. Okay? When you have a lot of anger in your heart, you fall to the hells. You're creating seeds for you to fall to the hells after you die. And if you have a lot of greed in your heart, you are creating more opportunities for you to go to the ghost realm after you're dead, so that you're always hungry, you're always thirsty. Okay? When you're angry, when we are very angry, what we do, we want to punish others and want to make them suffer for a long, long time. Can you see the connection between that kind of mindset, that kind of karmas, and the fact you fall to the hells? Because in the hells, you suffer constantly. Okay? So that's why you see the connection between anger and falling to the hells. Greed and falling to the hungry ghost. Your insatiable greeds will make you go to the hungry ghost realm, where you are always thirsty and hungry. You're so hungry, it's not fun, folks. Okay? You're always so thirsty, but you can't die. You want to die, but you can't. That's how scary it is. And number 3, when you create karmas of stupidity, and you fall to the animal realm. That's why this world, the silent world of ours, we have the 3 poisons: greed, anger, stupidity. Okay? I call it gas, as acronyms to help me remember. I have gas. Or if you're here in Hollywood, you are SAG. Should I keep going? Okay? And so, whatever it is, the 3 poisons are creating opportunities for you, forces for you to fall to the 3 evil paths. And don't look anywhere. Look into your minds and see how often you have thoughts of greed, thoughts of anger, thoughts of stupidity. And that's why those 3 evil paths are always there, waiting for you. That's the 3 evil paths. The 4th path is sometimes also considered evil, is the asuras. Asuras are people who like to pick fights, who like to drink. Okay, the males, the male asuras. Asura is Sanskrit. Male asuras are very ugly. Okay, female asuras are very pretty, incredibly pretty. Okay, and why would incredibly beautiful woman want an incredibly ugly man? Beats me. But anyway, it's asuras for you. And so the men, the asura men, they decided they're gonna have some alcohol. Okay, so they would go to the ocean and try to brew alcohol, and they fail. They don't know how to make alcohol. That's why they get very upset. They always upset. And that's why the asura translates as without booze, without alcohol. They're yearning for alcohol, for spirits, because they cannot have them. Should make that recommendation. Okay, Johnny Walker Blue Label. Well, Vietnamese asuras prefer XO, VSOP, huh? Okay, so that's the fourth kind of group. The fourth group is asuras, and they are suffering a lot. It's because they're very afflicted. They have these beautiful wives, but they are always suspicious of that their wives will be cheating on them. It's endless, okay? And then the fifth group of the sixth path is human realm. Okay, human realm is half and half. We are able to create good karmas half of the time, in principle, and half of the time we create evil karmas. All right, that's why human realm is like half and half. And can't make up our minds. Should we be good? Should we be evil? You know, we're good, and then our husbands come along and get us to do evil things, like go drinking with them, that kind of thing. Okay, go gambling and drinking. Okay, anyone? No? Okay. You're most boring people. Okay? And so, to human realm, we're capable of good and bad. We can't make up our minds. And finally, the sixth group are heavenly beings, where it's nice. It's nice to be in the heavens because it's pleasurable. You don't suffer at all. Your entire life, you don't suffer at all until your time of death. That's when you suffer. The rest of the time, you don't suffer at all. That's why it's called heavenly blessings. Heavenly blessing is that you have pleasures. You have fun. You have good things happen to you. No suffering at all. Until just before you're about to die, that's when you will suffer. And the suffering there is unbearable to you because you never suffered your entire life. That's why you're weak. A little bit of suffering for heavenly beings is unbearable. Okay? That's why we don't bother teaching them what? Full lotus. Too much suffering for them. They say, anything. I can meditate, but I will not sit in full lotus. Okay? All right, those are the 6 paths. If you have blessings, if you are a gooder person, then you tend to be born in the human realm and the heavenly realms. You do more evil karmas and you fall to the 4 lower realms. All right? That's what is meant by revolving the wheel of 6 paths. And the suffering cannot be spoken with words. Okay? 故无可言. It's just so much suffering. Incredible suffering. Don't know where to begin to tell you, because not enough time even to tell you. That's the truth, because we keep on revolving endlessly. This is why we're still here. Most of you are still here because you could not get out. All right? Next, 202. You see, these words are spoken with such sincerity. We have now encountered a good no advisor, okay? And also in the Pureland Dharma door, okay? This is so Mahayana. It says, thank God we now met with a good knowing advisor. Okay? What about this guy here? And this good knowing advisor teaches us about this Buddha's, Amitabha Buddha. And we get to, through this reciting Buddha's name, and understand the merit and virtue of his past vows. And Amitabha Buddha, we learn about what greater a man Amitabha Buddha really is. And he vowed how he vowed to help all living beings. And that's why we're here, the Fochi, reciting and participating in it, and hoping that one day we'll be reborn to the land of ultimate bliss. All right? And furthermore, in a later section, you see that what you're doing when you are doing this good thing for yourself, it doesn't stop here with you. It also, the Dharma door is also meant to help you with your parents, teachers, elders, and past creditors, and so forth. Why? Because you remember, it's very consistent. It's because we are emotionally attached to those people. It's not just about love, it's also the friendships, also the respect, it's also the gratitude, all those positive emotions. Okay? That's liu, lian. Okay? But the strongest is still the love. Okay? But we know that because when you come back to this place looking for your past love, you cannot find that person, and you form new bonds with your teachers, this is the list that he's talking about here, our parents, our teachers, our elders, past creditors from Kalpas past, because we've been revolving the wheel over and over again, and every time we're born here, take on this body here, a new body, we start out afresh. We forgot about the past completely, okay? And we start over, forge new bonds. And we don't realize that what drives us is the past connections we have, the past love, the past gratitude for our teachers, respect for our elders, okay? And the fact we owe others. That's why we're back here to pay off our debts. Be careful, folks. Another thing too that I didn't mention is that if you cheat people, steal from people, you incur a karmic debt which accrues interests until it's paid off. Don't think you can get away with it. There's no such a thing as you owe the bank and you can skip town. Okay? The debt stays there and accrues interest. And you know, it's so difficult for you to meet with your creditor again. That's why you will keep on revolving and finding a past creditor, okay? And you cannot find them. The past debts keep on accruing, okay? Accruing, okay? The beauty of compound interest, you heard that in investment 101, right? Right? You invest and you let the interest compound and you become a millionaire. What do you think they're referring to? Your past creditor, not you. Got that? If you owe people, okay, they owe the debt. That interest, there's an interest on all the debt you incur. They will accrue, okay? And they keep on accruing. Interest accrues on interest. Okay? And since you cannot find a person, the interest, everything keeps on accruing until you find that person. It turns out you owe them so much. It's a scary thing to incur debts, folks. Not just love. Okay? The debt you incur also are very, very, very scary. That's why you end up slaving for your owners. Okay? So that's why he says, on behalf of our parents, teachers, elders, and creditors from Kalpas past, we pay respect to the Buddha and bow 3 times. So this is how we sever or alleviate our karmic connections with these people. Remember the woman that you men whispered sweet nothing into their ears that you didn't mean? This is how you undo it. You're safe now. Every night I look at and you think you're smart, right? Oh, this woman, she may be well educated, but I got her. Okay? And so this is how we undo those bonds. Because he said, think about it. The debt is still there. Okay, it keeps on accruing interest. Remember, we still haven't paid them back yet. Is that clear? It doesn't negate the debts. Is that clear? But we're creating new debts from us to them to counterbalance them. Look at that. Hey, Pureland Buddhism is so scientific. We can't pay them back, right? We can't find them. They're not here. How are we going to pay them off? Okay? We know there's so many of them. And we can't, just like this woman here over there, and says, oh my God, I have so many, there's not enough time to keep on ballooning. Okay? And this is what we do. We create debts that they owe us. This woman have a new revelation. You feel better now? Yeah? Who owes who? You see, all the past debts, they accrue interest? Yes, they do. Exponentially? Yes. But the debt you are creating to them will outweigh that. This is the only way for you to have a chance to break it. Because the debt you owe them is a debt of suffering to them. Is that clear? But the debt you're creating for them now that they owe you is a debt of peace and bliss and happiness. It's huge difference, huge weight differences. Feel better now, huh? Shannon, my dear? So let him. Doesn't matter to us. This is called Pureland Buddhist power. Yes, K YouTube.
네, 이승남님의 유튜브 코멘트입니다. 어제는 질문의 소론이 장황해서 시간을 많이 소비해서 죄송했습니다. 질문은 지난주 무한자애스러운 관세음법을 알고 원리 원칙주의로 가슴이 닫혀 있었음을 깨닫고 반성하자 2, 3일 전부터 염불의 느낌이 오는 것을 느낀다는 것이었습니다. 앞으로 지극한 마음으로 염불 참선하겠습니다. Thanks much, Master.
Master, this comment is from Lee Seung-nam. This is the gentleman yesterday. He mentioned about his previous temple, and then he was learning about how to contemplate.
Yeah, the old man.
Yes. Okay, so his comment is like this from the YouTube.
That's short? That's all?
Oh, no.
So, he's very wordy. He has a lot in his guts. He needs to spill out. All these years of learning.
I think finally he got it, to make it short. Yesterday, I think I spent too much time on the lengthy introduction to my question. I would like to apologize. The question was this. Last week, after realizing the compassionate and boundless nature of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva's Dharma, I reflected on how I had closed up my heart due to a rigid, principle-based mindset. Then about 2 or 3 days ago, I began to feel a sense of connection while reciting the Buddha's name. From now on, I'll recite the Buddha's name and meditate with utmost sincerity. Thank you, Master. But there's no really question.
It's a declaration. Okay, so you see, it doesn't stop here. You see, the Dharma is so beautiful. It says, from all those people that I owe to, I have connection with, very strong bonds with them. On behalf of them, I bow to the Buddha. Okay? Pay respects first. Okay? Learn the Dharma. There is a sequence. There's a proper way of doing things. Okay? So that I bow to the Buddhas. This is how beautiful it is. I bow to the Buddhas. By this mere act of bowing to the Buddhas, they will increase their blessings and extend their lives. How about that? Just bowing to the Buddha on their behalf. Would you believe? Isn't it incredible how wonderful it is for you to help them on their behalf by bowing to the Buddha? And this will increase the blessings and lengthen the lives. Thank you. Thank you. You guys take me for granted. Maybe I clown around too much, so I forgive you. But this is a big, big deal, folks. It's so powerful. Okay? This is from the Buddha. It's not from me. The Buddha created this Dharma to teach us how to do it, how to get out, because we didn't know. We didn't know what to do. Okay? So, and the ones who are dead seek rebirth in the Pure Land. So even the ones who are dead already, who are lost somewhere, revolving in wheel reincarnation, you don't even know where they are. You simply say, for those people I care for, I hope that they will be reborn to the land of ultimate bliss. You're creating a hope for them to go there. This is why you're doing this all day, folks. So we wish that our parents from past lives will be born in the land of ultimate bliss sooner. Okay? Because the longer they revolve in the wheel of reincarnation, the more suffering they have to undergo. So that's why we hope we get there. Those people get there sooner so that they put an end to all the sufferings sooner. All right? What is that called? Compassion. You're planting the seeds of compassion in your heart. How do you become compassionate? It's right here. We know the suffering, so we hope the suffering will end. Cost you nothing. But it's the proper mindset. All right? You see, again, this is the difference between the teachings from the Buddha versus the teaching of someone who has no wisdom. Someone who has no wisdom tells you, you do these things, you get richer, you get more famous and so forth, and so wonderful for you, okay? But your parents got nothing out of it. Your past debts don't get paid, huh? So the benefit you get is so small compared to this. See how big your heart is. You say, I owe these people. I want to pay them back. Okay? We ourselves must also make a vow to be reborn and learn ultimate bliss. Don't be in His word any longer. Being in His word is too much suffering. He keeps on harping about it. It's a lot of suffering, a lot of suffering. Why does He keep on saying that? Because no one believes Him. No one believes us. I'm so happy. I have things I want. Okay. Is it 209, the last one? Yeah? This is a new section? Okay. Any questions before we start? A new section. Yes. Número 3. Is it número?
Yeah, número.
Número.
Yeah. Thank you, Master. Why is there a way for us to forgive those who have debts against us? Like wipe the debt away on our behalf?
You mean who owe us, you mean?
Yeah, it's like say somebody owes me and I'm just like, it's okay, you don't have to pay me back.
Why? Make them sweat.
Oh, yeah. Why? Why not just say it's done?
Do you really mean it? It does nothing for you. It's better. I have a better suggestion. Anyone has a better suggestion for him just forgiving you? I forgive you. I forgive you. Like the movie says, I forgive you. I will not kill you. I forgive you. You in death camp, remember that movie? Yeah. The commandant takes a gun and shoot at the prisoners at will, and then what's this guy? Polish guy. Schindler's List. You don't remember this movie? How can you live without movies? Are sort of like the epitome of culture. You have no culture whatsoever. You're so boring. So this guy here, the commandant, okay, he has a gun with a scope, and he gets bored in his house. So this is a death camp there, and he would take his gun and look at people the way that the prisoners walked. He doesn't like it. He goes, look at them and shoots them. Okay, or he doesn't like someone, he shoots them anyway. And so Schindler came along and said, I have a better thing that will make you much better, feel much better about yourself. And the commander, yeah, what's that? He says, don't kill him. You just look at him. I forgive you. And so the commandant tried it, and he said, wow, you are right, I feel better. Stupid German. It's so funny. You don't like that movie? I love that movie. So much compassion. So anyway, what's better than forgiving the debt? I'm testing your ingenuity. Give to someone else. Not bad. Who? Give it to me.
Okay, Master. I'll say, you have a new creditor, but interest is double.
Never mind. Seriously, you can basically say, I forgive. That like the commandant, I forgive you. And it's eventually. Because you don't have the skills to make it go away yet, but eventually it will manifest itself as being wiped out. But if you cultivate, you can wipe it out right away. Your religion didn't teach you that, huh? We know so much more than you guys do. Okay, so, new section. Okay, we have anyone? Yes, 7. Oh, didn't she do a good job reciting Buddha's name, my folks?
Thank you, Master.
Mm-hmm.
May I question, not related with the Fochi talk, is it okay?
Anything goes.
네.
I'm saying nothing important anyway.
So you mentioned about the vow or repentance on behalf of others. So actually, we will have Emperor Liang repentance on September. So there are so many bowing for others. For example, parents and friends, and then relatives and the teachers, whoever. So is this the reason why we can call the Emperor Liang repentance? The title is Repentance Dharma of the Kind and Compassionate Workplace. Is it right? Because you mentioned about the compassion.
It sounds right, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else? Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. You have a question here from Daniel 7. Amitabha, Master, within the family, how should older siblings treat younger siblings and vice versa? Does the younger sibling always have to listen to the older sibling? Thank you.
I think so. You have any better idea? I don't know. There's a reason for this question. I don't understand.
Yeah, there's nothing else here about it.
I need to understand the context. You just say, should we increase the price of tea in China? I say, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. What do you want me to say? It could go either way. You increase the price of tea in China, that's a good idea. You should decrease, also a good idea. Okay, let's continue with this thing. Context, folks. I'm not a mind reader. That's somewhere else.
你不要挂着你那个彩，你个彩，你挂它干什么？你要自己发愿求生极乐世界。
You do not worry about that son of yours. Your son, what are you doing worrying about him? You yourself must be the one to make the vow to be born in the land of ultimate bliss.
认真的发愿，什么也都不挂了，那才算。你不要那么留恋这个世界，这个世。
Genuinely make the vow. Don't be attached to anything. That's what counts. You must not be so emotionally attached to this world.
世界太苦了，你们这个都是你们这三个得赶快发愿。
This world, it's too much suffering. You all are, all three of you, quickly make the vow.
快，我帮着你们，被你们送到极乐世界。
Quickly. I will help you all, send you all to the land of ultimate bliss.
Okay, next section. That's the next section. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, we have a few slides here. We finish the slides, and then we get up and do the transfers. All right. Do not worry about your son of yours. Your son, what are you doing worrying about him? You yourself must be the one to make the vow to everybody and all this. Okay. So he's saying here that this person here should not be worried about the son, okay, and should take care of yourself first, okay. It may sound selfish to you, okay, but the point here is that, remember, Liu Lian, you stay here because of your emotional attachments. So that's what he's referring to. He's not saying you shouldn't care for your son. Okay, it could be misinterpreted this way, but this is a disadvantage we have. We have all these snapshots of what he's talking about. Okay, so it may be misinterpreted, but I know that's not what he means. The Pureland Abhanor does not ignore your sons, your daughters at all. Okay, the point here is that you should take care of yourself. Okay, so that first of all you're not a burden to others. All right, and genuinely make the vow. Vow to go there. Okay, if you're capable of doing the vow. After you learn all this, you feel it's a wonderful thing, and again, you should make a vow. And again, it's not binding, because the truth is that this is the problem what I find with the Asian Pureland Dhammador. It sounds like you make a vow, and it sounds like you will go to the Pureland at the end of this life. It's not the case. Most of the time, you won't. Most of them don't make it to the Pureland. They can make the vows in the most sincere way. They still don't go to the Pureland. It's a lot more is required before you can go to the Pureland. Okay, yes, go first.
Master, I have a question about the Liang Emperor repentance.
Yes.
Are you going to give lectures? That's one question.
Yes.
During the repent. And then the other one is there any way that we can maybe go into like some practice sessions so we're not completely lost when we participate?
Oh, that's a good point. 7.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, yeah.
Oh, Danielle, so you can join whenever you can do. Is it okay, I think?
Yeah, you can listen to the recordings, for example. Okay, we can give people some recordings of the praise there, for example. There's a praise that's repeated very often, right? The same tune. It's beautiful, beautiful praise. Especially like at the end of a row, there's a praise there. Beginning of a row, there's a praise, okay? Yeah, that's very difficult for most people to chant, and yet it's very, very beautiful. You could record it, give them the text, and let them, listen to it. All right?
Yes.
That's helpful. Give me a copy too. I forgot how to chant it. I love the tune there. The tune is gorgeous.
Yes, Master.
It's much better than our regular daily incense praise, I feel. Okay, just genuinely make the vow, okay? For now, you are here, you're learning about this to increase your chances of rebirth, okay? To plant the chances of rebirth, okay? Don't be attached to anything. You're here at the Fochi, okay? Don't be attached to anything. Again, I'm not telling you to drop everything. I'm only telling you not to be attached to anything while you are in the Buddha Hall. This is where I feel that the Asian style of teaching Pureland Buddhism or Chan and so forth don't work anymore for our times because they don't quite work for us busy people. Okay? We need to give you, I prefer to give you short periods of time where you can simply concentrate on that. It works out much far better for you. Okay? Just if you simply focus on reciting Buddha's name while you're here for half an hour, for an hour, that does wonders for you. If you can do it longer, so much the better for you. Okay? And there's an opportunity because everything is set up for you to take advantage of it. That's all. Okay? Don't be attached to anything. That's what it counts. Meaning when you recite the Buddha's name, don't be attached to anything. For example, and this is the second time I heard my new novice at JMT who read the questions in Korean. I'm tickled pink because 2 or 3 days ago I listened to her and said, this woman finally improved. Brand new and very ignorant, doesn't know anything. She just quit cold turkey and shave her head. Crazy woman. So that's why I was worried. I said, this woman cannot last. Okay. But now, when I see her making improvements like that, I see her experiencing more bliss than before. It's very, very encouraging. So keep it up, kid. You improved a little bit more as well as compared to 2 days ago. That's very, very fast. Keep doing the same thing you've been doing, okay? Don't be attached to anything. That's what counts. You must not be so emotionally attached to this world, okay? See the pattern? Whatever you did before, it doesn't matter anymore. Drop it for now. Drop it for this Fochi. And you go back and live your normal life when it's time. Okay? Yeah. No one asking you for anything that's unreasonable. Just for now. drop everything. Okay, for the duration. Yes, 9. As much as possible.
Dạ thưa thầy, how can we have the current spring believe the Pureland?
I need translation.
Master should speak English.
Con muốn làm sao mà người thân, chị em, gia đình, cha mẹ mình muốn họ tin được cái pháp môn tịnh độ, tin được ở Pureland đó thầy.
Me too.
Master, how can I help my brother, sister, my relative, my family, that they can believe in the Pureland Dharma door?
Me too. I love to, but I can't. Why not? They're better educated than I am. You have PhDs, I don't. They have more money than I do. They're wealthier. They have more success. They have families. They have everything going for them. And the last thing they want to do is go to Pureland. How on earth am I going to convince them to believe in Pureland? It's not possible. We can't do everything. You can't help everyone. But what you can do is after they die, they will have a better chance. In particular, you guys don't even know my family is evil. Most of them are devils and Satans, sons of Satans. So I gave up. I said, I can't help you, But after you're dead, that's when I come and give you a hard time. Excuse me. Okay? No, we can help, but not, we don't need to make them believe. Don't have to. Let them live their lives. It's okay. They will want our help after they die. Trust me. So let them live their life. This is the beauty of Pureland Dharma door. Live your life. Go kill, you'll steal, go do whatever, Just don't piss me off, that's all. Because after you're dead, that's when, oh boy, you really, oh damn, am I in trouble? This is when we can help. Now, it's a waste of time to convince them to believe in Pureland Buddhism. You believe in Buddhas, who cares? They say, I don't need Buddhas. Okay? Some people cannot be changed. Especially the relatives who are richer than you. Can't change them. Cannot be emotionally attached to this world. This world, too much suffering. You see, again, he harps this because of the Chinese, but for people who are successful, who are educated, who are very happy right now, what suffering? Are we there yet? Or quickly I will help you all, send you, then learn the ultimate bliss. So that's what he does to Master Shenhua. Interesting. Okay? He never taught that to his disciples. Okay, we stop here tonight. Thank you, everyone. Sayonara. Good night.